Live from across the tri-states, this is KHQA This Morning. It's your news now.
Kristen Aguirre joins us live in Quincy this morning.
Yes, today is Earth Day, so she is in Quincy talking about all ways that we can go a little bit green and save the earth. Kristen?
Good morning. That's right. It is Earth Day, so happy Earth Day to you. How are you celebrating? Well, today we'll show you how you can give back to Mother Nature by just planting a few things. We'll show you how it's done coming up after the break. You're watching KHQA This Morning.
What's going on, Kristen?
Good morning. It is Earth Day, and if you're looking to get a little bit green this morning, we are going to show you how it's done. Now, not really the most plant savvy. Is it that hard?
No, it's really not. We're going to show you some pretty easy ways to do that, some very easy ways to put together some arrangements, some pots, stuff like that to adapt for your situation.
And these are great. This is a great way, planting, to kind of give back to Mother Nature.
It is, and invite birds into your area if it's on a deck, patio. You know, and it's a great way to involve different generations, grandkids to grandchildren, you know, that type of stuff for grandparents.
This is also a great way to kind of introduce planting to kids at a young age, so they can take it on.
It is a great way to do that. We had a Girl Scout troop out here the other day and put together some little pots for them, planted some seeds and some flowers so they could watch them develop and grow. And
so some of the stuff that we'll be showing people, we're going to step outside and show them. We're going to be planting pots and stuff like that. Will I be able to do all that even if I live in an apartment building?
Yes, and what we can do is invite these pots onto their patio or their deck. We're going to create one here today just for hummingbirds, to help attract hummingbirds. So if you have a hummingbird feeder but you don't have many birds, invite some plant material that the birds will like also.
Well, and who would not want any hummingbirds onto their deck? Well, coming up a little bit later in the show, we are going to get started and show you how you can get a little bit greener this morning.
Going green with your thumb, right?
That's right. What's going on, Kristen?
That's right. If you want to get a green thumb but are a little nervous about tackling this planting stuff, don't worry. We're going to show you how easy it can be. So we got our supplies, got my planting gloves, match my outfit. Thank you, Ted.
Okay.
So what is the first thing we need to do?
Well, the first thing we're going to do is select a pot that fits your environment, whether it's a porch, deck, patio, or what have you. It could be blue, it could be brown. Then we're going to select plant material that caters to your colors. We're going to put a little bit of rock in the bottom of the pot. The rock provides drainage. Make sure the hole is open in the bottom of the pot. That also helps with the wind as this plant grows, that the pot doesn't blow over. So we got some weight in the bottom. These are all annuals. So with the planting, what we're going to have is a thriller. In this case, it's called coleus. This is our thriller.
What does that mean, thriller?
It's going to give us the height we need.
Oh, okay.
This is our spiller. It's going to spill out over top the pot. So it's going to spill. This is the filler. This plant's going to fill this area. So we have a thriller, a spiller, and a filler. So
there's definitely a lot that kind of goes into kind of looking at done.
Now that's going to be a little naked to start out with, but these plants are going to grow very vigorously and grow over top of that container. Okay.
Okay.
So those are going to last us for the summer season.
And you can pick out kind of whatever color scheme you want for that, right?
Yes. So we can pick out colors as. You know, we want to look at the whole package, the pot, the home, the environment that we're planting it in. We could create a pot just for hummingbirds, you know, that you want to attract hummingbirds to your yard. Same theory.
All right, well, we are going to dive into that a little bit more coming up later in the break. And if you have any questions for Ted here on how to get planting, make sure you tweet me out at Kristen Aguirre, even put it on our Facebook page, because I'm learning just as you are too. So send it back to you guys at the studio.
Always good to kind of have a beginner. He's getting on a green thumb. How is it, Kristen?
That's right. Happy Earth Day to you guys at home. And if you're looking to get a little bit more green, we are showing you some simple tips that you can do at home. And we're doing some planting. So the last one we showed everyone, I never knew. So you need a thriller, a filler, and a spiller to kind of go over your pots.
Yes.
Now we're going to be working on something else, which is a tree or a plant for hummingbirds, right?
Right. We're going to cater this planter, to more of a hummingbird situation where we can attract the hummingbirds onto your deck or your patio or into your backyard.
And this pot is even Mother Nature. I didn't even know. She has 3 faces, they were telling me, because she sees everything. Didn't know that. Okay, so let's get started.
Okay.
So
we're going to start with the mandevilla vine. You know, the hummingbirds like the deeper throated flower. Basically, Nicole's going to pull that out of the pot. We adjusted the dirt to our desired height. We're going to set that in there. So that's our thriller plant in this situation. This is going to give us our height. So that's our thriller. Then we're going to mix in our fillers and our spiller.
So how do you pick these? Do you just kind of
these
pick
are pre-selected. The hummingbirds love the dianthus, so that's the other combination we went with. The person we picked this for loves work with the red flowers. So this is a dianthus. This is actually a flowering perennial, so it will come back every year. Oh. The Mandevilla vine is it will only last 1 year. Okay. So this is our thriller plant. Our fullness on the bottom.
So do we have a spiller for this one?
We do.
Ooh, look at I'm learning.
Strange that you should ask. This is a type of a petunia, so we're going to pop that out of the pot, maybe.
All right. Well, we're going to continue to plant our petunias here, and this looks. And again, any questions? Make sure you tweet me out or Facebook us, and we want to know how you're going green. So make sure you let us know.
All right. Some things, Kristen.
That's right. Look at all the things we planted so far. So we gave kind of some tips on how to get started with potting. Would you need a thriller, a spiller, and a filler? And then we went ahead and showed you how it's done here. And this one is particularly made for hummingbirds. Beautiful, featuring Mother Nature. But I have a few questions. Okay. So I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to planting. I mean, now I do.
Obviously.
But what kind of soil should we use? Should we use the ones that are on the shelves?
Well, what we're going to be looking for in the container especially is some really good potting mix, like the Fertilome products, stuff like that, and change that out every year. The better the soil, the better the plants. Then we'll look at, there's organic fertilizers available that you could spread on top of that and get away from the commercial fertilizers, stuff like that.
Why would you encourage organic fertilizer?
Well, the organic is just a nice option for different people. A lot of people are trying to go back to Mother Earth. So, try to look at some of the organic products. There's a lot of products available now in that line. So,
and we're also saying that if you don't want to go into the potting, and you could do some of these same aspects, but through landscaping.
In the landscaping, we could even introduce the blueberry bushes to the landscaping. Wonderful flower, produces a fruit, attracts birds for the fruit, or you can actually pick those and eat those. So, kind of beneficial in both regards. Confined areas, so.
And it's kind of sustainable because, like you said, you'll be able to eat them yourself.
Yes. Yep. If you don't let the birds eat them.
All right. Well, we are definitely going to show you some more tips on planting. We're going to go into the greenhouse coming up a little bit later in the show and show you some other things that you can plant and help out Mother Earth.
All right. Sounds good. She's over at Freeze Ornamental Nursery. How's it going, Kristen?
It is definitely green. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but I am from the city, so I have never been in a real greenhouse, and I cannot believe this. My dreams are coming true. I'm in a real greenhouse. My thumbs are officially green. So we showed everyone a little bit about what it takes to kind of get it started with potting, going from kind of the baby steps. But now, if you really want to get green, what is the next step for us to do?
Well, then we can start looking at trees and shrubs. A lot of the fruit trees are going to be bee friendly if you want to promote bee growth, the flowering crab apples and stuff like that. Beautiful bloom, beautiful foliage color, knockout roses, stuff like that to really put some pop in your landscaping and also be friendly to the environment.
So when people come here and they do kind of have that extra level of knowledge, what do you kind of talk to them about as far as what plants they should be planting?
We're going to look at overall shape, size, what is their mature rate, how much height can their yard sustain? Do they want shade? Do they want flowering trees? Fall color? We take all that in consideration, try to get to know the customer.
And I really loved how you were mentioning, too, that, kind of enhancing the bees and letting them, come here and for pollination you were talking a little bit about.
Yes.
That's another great way that you can be benefiting Mother Earth is kind of helping out her children, like the bees. And just really quick, one last thing, too. For people who maybe aren't at this level like me, we're talking a little bit about herbs. That those are the easiest thing you can do.
And you can do the herbs and stuff like that in the containers to keep them confined. Keep you confined to your space, something manageable for you to start out with. Baby steps. Start out little.
Well, I'm going to start out little with the herbs, and then maybe one day I will graduate to these big trees here. For more of these tips, you can always check out our website, connecttristates.com, and don't forget to check out our YouTube page.
It's cute how excited she gets.
Yeah, she's pretty jazzed about that. That's pretty cool. What's going on?
Well, all morning we've been showing you easy ways you could celebrate Earth Day by just getting your thumbs a little bit green and getting out there and planting. So for some last minute tips for beginners, what do they need to know?
You know, basically, even if they bring in some pictures, some measurements of their landscape, so they can kind of retrofit that plant material to their size and their space and their needs, and what they're wanting to do with that landscape area.
And if we have people that have had green thumbs for years, they can challenge themselves by planting maybe a tree?
Yes. Go out into the yard, expand into the backyard, invite bringing nature to their yard.
Why would you encourage people to plant?
Well, it's scientifically proven that in residential areas and suburb areas that it reduces crime rate and improves the environment, air quality. So,
and it's definitely, of course, helping out that Mother Nature.
And that's right.
Now, if people want to get some of these tips that we learned this morning, you can always check out connecttristates.com or go to that website and click on our little This Morning app, and we'll have all that information there. But they can also check you out this weekend.
That's right. We're kicking off our open house weekend this weekend with a Thirsty Thursday event, which is just an educational event that starts at our talk and presentation will be around 5 o'clock that evening, and that kicks off for our open house weekend.
So cocktails and planting, that sounds like an event I will definitely be at. So again, for any more of this information or these tips, check out our website, connecttristates.com.
Maybe a little KHQA party over there in the garden.
Sounds
then.
like a good plan.